Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Coming up in the next half an hour. India's young brigade aims for victory as they take on South Africa in the T20 series opener in Durban. Indian chess Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi climbs to number 2 in the live world rankings. He is now only behind 5-time world champion Magnus Carlsen. And in football, Chelsea records the biggest ever Europa Conference League victory as they crush Armenian side FC Noah 8-0. So up first, updates from cricket. The young Indian squad, captained by Suryakumar Yadav, will look to make a mark as they take on South Africa in the first match of the 4-match T20 International Series on Friday. Take a look at our pre-match report.
In a 4-match long series, which will see a rematch of the 2024 T20 World Cup final, South Africa are preparing to host the Indian unit, which will travel captained by Suryakumar Yadav, but full of names that they will look to for the future of the team in the format. The teams have undergone substantial alterations compared to those that competed in Barbados, where India secured victory with a 7-run margin. India's squad features only 4 players from their World Cup winning team, as the majority prepare for a test in Australia. The team will be captained by Suryakumar Yadav, followed by Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Rinku Singh, Tilak Verma, Jitesh Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, Ramandeep Singh, Varun Chakrabarti, Ravi Bishnoi, Arshdeep Singh, Vijay Kumar Vishyak, Avesh Khan and Yash Dayal. The South African side will be without key performers from their World Cup campaign, including pace bowlers Kagiso Rabada and Henrik Nortje, spinner Tabriz Shamsi and wicketkeeper batsman Quinton de Kock. The squad will have Aiden Markram as captain, Ottenil Botman, Gerald Kodzi, Donovan Ferreira, Riza Hendricks, Marco Janssen, Henrik Klassen, Patrick Kruger, Keshav Maharaj, David Miller, Mihaly Mpongwana, and Kaba Peter, Ryan Rickelton, Andile Similane, Lutho Sipmala in 3rd and 4th match, and Tristan Stubbs. The first match of the 4-match series will be held on Friday in Durban, followed by the second one on 10th of November in Keberha. The third match will be held on November 13 in Centurion, and the 4th T20I will be held on November 15 in Johannesburg. South Africa will have plenty of firepower, with names like Henrik Klassen and David Miller being led by Aiden Markram, and will want to give their home fans a good show. In a T20 only series, these matches are sure to provide plenty of high-paced and powerful action with plenty of big hits and big scores. India's players will be looking to hammer home a spot in T20 teams with plenty of spots worth fighting for. In particular, top-order batters like Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson will know a strong series will make them favourites to step into the shoes of retired big names in the team. Sports Desk, DD India.
And to talk more about the T20 series against South Africa, we have with us Narayan Singh. Narayan, including that final match, South Africa have lost 5 of their last 6 games in the format. India have won 10 of their last dozen T20Is and tied another. South Africa have struggled in this format post the World Cup. So India are also in a transition in this format. What can we expect?
Tanvi, talking about this match, we can call it a grudge match, as you mentioned that South Africa lost to India in that World Cup final, where they were in a dominant position, and South Africa needed 30 runs of 30 balls with 6 wickets remaining, and the way India bowled, especially Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah, they snatched the victory from the jaws of defeat by scoring, by playing a very disciplined cricket in that match, and they just, we can say, deprived South Africa of that coveted trophy. And in this match, if you take a look, India is coming to this match after a fantastic 3-0 win against against Bangladesh in the T20 format, while in the Test cricket they were whitewashed against New Zealand in the 3-match series 3-0. But this team is totally different from the Test match series, because the Test match team will go to Australia for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and here totally we can say that a new team, as you mentioned. The T20 cricket is in transition phase after the retirement of the Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Ravindra Jadeja, and now the way Suryakumar is handling the thing is quite, we can say, the way he started and won the series against Bangladesh. Hopefully they will repeat that performance here also against the South African team, considering the form, as we know that in the last 6 matches after the World Cup defeat at the hands of India, they lost a series 3-0 against West Indies and drew a series against Ireland. So at this particular ground at the Durban 2, they don't have the happy memories. Last time they were whitewashed by the Australia at the particular venue where all the 3 T20 matches took place. But all in all, a lot of, we can say that for the different reasons, this series is very important, especially for the Sanju Samson. He got multiple chances for the India, and the series against Bangladesh, what a fantastic knock he's played, 111 run. He scored of 47 balls, and now he will try to replicate that performance in this series also. And talking about the other matches, especially the other man, that is Abhishek Sharma, for the Hyderabad franchisee, the way he played, the way he revolutionized the batting, top order batting in the IPL, and I also scored the century in the second T20 international match against Zimbabwe. So after that he couldn't do much. His highest score in the last 6 innings is 16. So he will also try to just boost his confidence by playing some good knocks here.
Okay, so high hopes from Sanju Samson as well. Request you, Narayan, to stay with us as we bring our viewers up to speed with the India A's performance against Australia A. It was yet another top order collapse as India A failed to make inroads over Australia A on day 2 of the second unofficial test at Melbourne Cricket Ground in Melbourne on Friday. From 25 for 1 to 56 for 5. India A lost 5 wickets for 31 runs, including the wickets of KL Rahul, Rituraj Gaikwad and Abhimanyu Ishwaran. Sai Sudarshan fell for 3 and Devdutt Padikkal could only score 1 of 19 balls as Australian bowlers ran through the top order. Dhruv Jurel bailed his team out in the first innings and Nitish Kumar Reddy survived the last 45 minutes and took India A to 73 for 5 at stumps with a lead of 11 runs. Earlier, India A bowled out the host for 223 but conceded a 63-run lead. So Narayan, earlier the Indian team got whitewashed in the series against New Zealand and now against Australia A also we are seeing this. What's the reason? Why are the batters failing to score in the red ball format?
It's a matter of concern, especially as the Border Gavaskar Trophy is also approaching and the India A team also not doing well, especially the top order faltering again and again. The same old story is being repeated. India A lost the first of unofficial test match against this Australian team, and in the first inning too they couldn't do something better than the first test of unofficial test match. And here in the second inning too, the top order failing. Definitely it's a matter of concern, is a matter to worry for the Indian team, because many of the players like Abhimanyu Ishwaran, KL Rahul are also in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So it was a golden opportunity for them to get used to this situation and get adapted to this situation ahead of the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Talking about KL Rahul, as KL Rahul and Dhruv Jurel were flown to Australia at a very short notice, and in the first innings we saw KL Rahul scoring just 4 runs and in the second inning scoring just 10 runs. So we can say that he's dented his chances for the match against for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, especially as the reports are coming that Rohit Sharma might not be available for the couple of matches in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. And again, all eyes are on Dhruv Jurel, the kind of innings he played in the first inning in the first inning of this second test match. He scored 80 runs under tough Australian conditions, and again today he's unbeaten and and we are hoping that as the day will progress, as the day 3 we will see witness tomorrow, we are hoping that he will do something miraculous for the Indian team so that they can bounce back. And today our bowlers did well, especially we can say that they took with the figures of the 4-2-3 and they did well, but the last wicket partnership from the Australia A side, especially the Rokocholi, he scored 35 runs and also took the wicket of KL Rahul. So we can say that there are some problems, but we should address this problem as soon as possible, because there is very less time for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and we know that if we talk about the World Test Championship cycle, that series is very important for India in that context, because India needs to win at least 4 matches in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and they need to be at their best to win in Australia, and winning a test match in Australia in Australian condition is always going to be a Herculean task for any team. So they should keep their modus operandi clear and we can say that in a perfect manner, so that
and
they
be on
can
the top of their
win
game.
a series in Australia.
Yes. Thank you very much, Narayan Singh, reporting on cricket action, both of India A and the T20 series happening against South Africa. Now, more cricketing action for you. Haris Rauf and Saim Ayub star as Pakistan defeated Australia by 9 wickets in the second ODI at the Adelaide Oval on Friday to level the series 1-1. Pakistan's Haris Rauf took 5 for 29 before Saim Ayub's blistering 82 took the visitors to a convincing victory in Adelaide. Rauf's pace caused all sorts of issues for the Aussie batters, with only Steve Smith top scoring with 35. Ayub launched a counter-attack on Aussie bowlers as they chased down to the target with ease. Mitchell Starc, Smith, Marcus Labuschagne, Cummins, Hazelwood all will be rested for the final game of the series on Sunday at Perth, ahead of the 5-test series against India starting November 22nd. Cricket West Indies on Friday announced a 2-match suspension for pacer Zari Joseph after his on-field argument with captain Shai Hope during the third ODI against England in Bridgetown on Wednesday. Joseph's heated tiff with captain Hope occurred after West Indies had opted to field in the series decider against England. Joseph was displeased with the field setting offered to him against English batter Jordan Cox in the 4th over of the England innings, following which the 27-year-old pacer issued a public apology for his behaviour. West Indies, however, registered 8-wicket win over England to win the series 2-1. Bangladesh's veteran cricketer Mushfiqur Rahim has been ruled out of the ongoing ODI series against Afghanistan. Bangladesh's team's physio Dilawar Hussain revealed that Mushfiqur had fractured his left index finger towards the end of the Afghanistan innings. Hussain revealed that Mushfiqur suffered the injury while keeping the wickets and will be unavailable for the second and the third ODI. While the replacement has not been announced yet, Zakir Ali is expected to take over the wicket-keeping duties in Mushfiqur's absence. In the first ODI, Bangladesh suffered a huge 92-run defeat as they failed to chase the target of 235 set by Afghanistan. Cricket Australia has appointed former Australian cricketer Tim Paine as the head coach of the Prime Minister's 11 team for the match against India at Manuka Oval starting November 30th. The 39-year-old captained the Australian Test team from 2018 to 2021. Paine was an integral part of Australian cricket. He took over captaincy from Steve Smith following the ball tampering controversy against South Africa in 2018. The right-handed wicketkeeper batter brings years of experience and stability to his role. Paine will be assisted by Canberra-based coaches Erin Osborne and Jason McNally. The match will be held ahead of the second test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy series. You're watching Sports Buzz, still to come on the show. Defending champion Iga Swiatek knocked out of WTA finals, Krejcikova into the semis. And organisers of the Milano-Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games reveal their official branding and pictograms.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India's Sports Buzz. I am Tanvi Taneja. Moving on to updates from the world of football. Chelsea recorded the biggest Europa Conference League victory as they crushed Armenian side FC Noah 8-0. The Blues were playing with a completely different team to their last Premier League game. Enzo Maresca's men scored in the 12th and the 13th minute, then the 18th and the 21st minute, and then the 39th and 41st to lead 6-0 by the break. Christopher Kunku grabbed their 7th and 8th goals in quick succession in the second half. The visitors, sitting 4th in the Armenian Premier League, were tourists at Stamford Bridge. Nearly 2 hours before kickoff, their players were on the pitch, suited up and taking selfies because this was a big occasion for themselves and for Noah. Tottenham Hotspur's perfect Europa League start ended as they lost 3-2 at the Galatasaray on Thursday. Victor Osimhen scored twice for the hosts and Will Lancashire netted his first goal for Spurs. Yunus Akgun gave Galatasaray the lead in the 6th minute with a stunning half volley from distance. After 12 minutes, Spurs levelled the score when Brennan Johnson's layoff across the goal left Lancashire with a simple tap-in. Osimhen struck again 6 minutes from the break. The visitors pushed for an equaliser, but the loss after winning their opening 3 games left them on 9 points, one behind undefeated Galatasaray. The top 2 Serie A sides, Napoli and Inter Milan, who are separated by 1 point after the last round of the games, are set to clash this weekend. Inter lessened the gap of the leaders when they beat Venezia 1-0 on Sunday after Napoli was shocked in a 3-0 game defeat by Champions League side Atalanta earlier that day. Last weekend's defeat was a hard pill to swallow for Napoli coach Antonio Conte as he lost a Serie A home game as a manager by a margin of 3 goals for only the second time in his career. Atalanta moved up to 3rd with 22 points, 3 behind Napoli, who they upset last time to clinch their 5th consecutive league win. More football action. Amad Diallo's double goal led Manchester United to a 2-0 win over PAOK in the Europa League on Thursday. Interim manager Rudwan Nistelrooy managed to secure the club's first victory in this season's competition. Nistelrooy, the former United striker, will shortly make way for the new manager Ruben Amorim. United had drawn its 3 previous Europa League games, but Ahmad's header 5 minutes after the break and second goal in the 77th minute sealed the deal for Manchester United. This win leaves Manchester United in the 15th place in the Europa League standings with 6 points from 4 games. Coach Didier Deschamps revealed Real Madrid forward Kylian Mbappe will not be part of the French squad to face Israel and Italy in the Nation League games. The 25-year-old superstar was not part of the squad last month either, citing fitness reasons, prompting controversy and criticism towards him. Now, Mbappe has been left out of the French squad once again. Mbappe happens to be the captain of the French national team. However, he's been struggling to make an impact at Real Madrid, which might have played a part in his exclusion from the squad. The president of the Peruvian Football Federation, Agustin Lozano, was arrested on Thursday as part of an investigation into alleged money laundering and fraud during his tenure at the helm of the sports organization. Lozano is the second Peruvian soccer boss to be detained since 2018, when his predecessor was investigated for his alleged role in 2 murders for which he was later absolved. Lozano had been under investigation for over a year, even though he has not been criminally charged so far. Authorities said that they had ordered his arrest because they deemed he is a flight risk and could obstruct their investigation. Defending Asian soccer champions Al Ain have appointed former AS Monaco manager Leonardo Jardim to replace Argentine coach Hernan Crespo. Jardim held Jardim led Monaco to the League One title and a remarkable run to the Champions League semi-finals in 2017, but was relieved of his duties in 2018. Al Ain parted ways with the Argentinian coach Hernan Crespo after a string of poor results. The decision to sack Crespo came a day after the team's 5-1 defeat to Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr in the Asian Champions League Elite. And next, some updates from the field of chess. Indian chess Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi achieves another remarkable feat as he climbed to number 2 in the live world rankings and is now only 5 points behind world champion Magnus Carlsen. Erigaisi felt he got lucky once again as he secured his second win in the third round versus Serbia's Alexei Sarana in the second edition of the Chennai Grandmasters Classical Chess Tournament. In a game where either were grappling for an outright advantage till a point, Arjun made a move that he regretted after the match. The win propelled Arjun to world number 2 in the live ratings. The 21-year-old had last month created history by becoming only the second Indian player to cross the 2800 ELO rating mark in the live ratings. The great Vishwanathan Anand was the first Indian chess player to cross the 2800 barrier. India's Kiran George defeated Takuma Obayashi of Japan to enter the men's singles semi-finals of the Korea Masters badminton tournament. The 24-year-old Indian beat his Japanese opponent 21-14, 21-16 in the quarterfinals in a match that lasted 39 minutes. Earlier, George had upset third seed Chi Yu Jen of Chinese Taipei in the quarterfinals. George is now set to face Thailand's top seed and world number 5, Kunlavut Viditsaran, who triumphed 21-15, 21-11 against Liu Liang of China in the semi-finals on Saturday. Kiran George is the only Indian shuttler competing in the tournament. And now let's get you up to speed with the world of tennis. Defending WTA finals champion Iga Swiatek was eliminated from the season-ending championship after Barbara Krejcikova's 7-5, 6-4 win over Coco Gauff, which meant the Polish world number 2 failed to advance to the last 4. Gauff was already guaranteed to make the semis, but world number 2 Swiatek needed the American to beat 8th seed Czech Krejcikova, who required a victory herself to progress. Swiatek had produced a ruthless performance to dismantle Daria Kasatkina 6-1, 6-0 in the earlier match, but it was not enough for her. Gauff will face world number 1 Arna Sabalenka in the semis, while Krejcikova takes on Olympic champion Cheng Qinwen. World tennis number 1 Yannick Sinner said he's happy to be back in Turin as he seeks to go one better than his runner-up performance last year at the season-ending ATP finals. The 23-year-old Italian lost to Novak Djokovic in last year's final, but has since gone on to win both the Australian and US Open in a breakout 2024 season.
I haven't played this year in Italy yet because I have missed Rome, which for me was a very tough one. So I'm even more excited and happy to be here, and hopefully it's going to be a great event. The atmosphere usually is just amazing. It's very different to other tournaments because you can lose but still win the tournament. So there are different scenarios, but I'm just happy to be back here, and hopefully I can show some good tennis.
The organisers of the Milano-Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games revealed the official branding and pictograms at an event in Milan. With 15 months until the Winter Olympics opening ceremony, the look of the Games shows the colour scheme, the imagery that will serve as the backdrop for the Games, which begin in 15 months. Milano-Cortina 2026's creative vision is inspired by the concept of the human gesture, a theme that aims to capture Italian talent, movement and artistry. Elsewhere in the city, construction of the Olympic Village was in full swing with the Games starting on February 6, 2026. Milano-Cortina 2026 CEO Andrea Warnier told people that the visual elements are part of the identity of the Games, which will aim to make it a special Games and providing a special atmosphere for the athletes and spectators.
Look, perché è così importante per il The identity of the games will accompany us from now until the games, and it will be the visual element that will help make the atmosphere special. Every game do this, but we are obviously telling you about the Italian style and attractiveness to create an atmosphere that can involve the audience, the spectators, but also the athletes who must have the feeling of arriving at a competition feel like the one we are presenting here and feeling in a really special place.
Sono in una gara qualsiasi, sono.
So that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And for those on the go, you can download our DD India mobile app for quick news and updates. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.